Good afternoon, Jurgen. How is the squad this week? Is there an update on perhaps who might be unavailable? And can you tell us whether maybe Fabinho or Naby Keita might be fit to return this weekend?
So Naby trained yesterday with the team, so we have to see what we make of it. No, Fab was not in training. No, all the others as well. Nothing really new. So they all get closer. Fab gets closer. Millie gets closer. Diogo gets closer, but not close enough for the weekend.
In the last game out, Ozan, Kabak and Alisson earned plenty of praise for their performance. Neither had particularly easy matches, I think it's fair to say, last time out in the Premier League. But I just wonder, for your aspirations this year of finishing in the top four, how important will it be that you are able to find and rediscover that defensive solidity, which has, I suppose, characterised a lot of your time at the club?
Yes, that's very important. You're right. It's very important that we can defend as a unit. On our highest possible level, and so because everybody knows that how important the defense in general is for being successful, and it's in our case not differently. So and that's why very, very important. So the Leipzig game was a really good sign that we can deal with misunderstandings, that we can deal with mistakes from the game before, because we played a really good game in a defensive part of the game for sure, against a really tricky side. You can struggle a lot against them, and we will probably realize that when we play them next time. But for that night, we did really well as a unit, and that helped.
And you faced a lot of questions this year about Mo Salah's form and his scoring record, but scoring against Leipzig in midweek took him to 24 for the season, which is more than he scored last year when you were sweeping all before you. Do you think is he just held to a higher standard? Is that perhaps why sometimes he doesn't necessarily, perhaps this year, got the credit he maybe has been due?
So you don't have to ask me why he doesn't get the credit. So if he doesn't get the credit, I don't know, because it would be really strange and would be really unexplainable why he shouldn't get the credit. So he gets the credit here internally for sure. So for all these things, he played an outstanding game against Leipzig, and not only because he scored. No, in all the other parts. My favorite moment in the game, especially in a knockout game, but I would say it's one of my favorite situations in general, was when he won the heading challenge in the own box, like after 87 minutes or something like that, when Angelina was in his back and wanted to volley the ball in. So yes, he played an outstanding game, and he gets all the respect from us. If you don't give him the right amount of respect, you have to ask yourself why that's the case. But the numbers and the performances cannot be the reason.
Fantastic. Let's go to Simon Crabtree from PLP, and then we'll go to Ian from TalkSport after that.
Hi, Jurgen. Can I just, with the injuries there, can I just double check on Alisson, because he wasn't on pictures, I think, this week. So people are...
No, he's fine. He's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
And just in terms of maybe physically fine, mentally, is he still okay? I say that because he's made 3 errors leading to goals in the last 2, which is almost as many in the previous 85. His save percentage has dropped a lot, but looking at your face, I can see the confidence from you in him is there as well.
Yeah, of course. My confidence that nothing changed in that. If we talk about Alisson, but we are all human beings, and Ali as well, and he showed that in the last 2 games, and so that's how it is. It's not a problem, and of course it's work, but most of the work you have to do with yourself. And he's doing that, definitely. It's not about telling him, "Come on, Ali, you're a world-class goalie." He knows that. So but he doesn't get up in the morning and looks in the mirror and think, "What I see is a world-class goalie." So if you made a mistake in the game before, in the previous games, if you want, then it's nothing you like. And that humans are all the same. And Ali's too smart to ignore it completely. So other personalities who maybe would not struggle. But yeah, it's completely normal. But in the end, we can rely and he can rely on his quality again as well, on his attitude, on his how focused he is in a game, how much he dips in a game really and is in it and all these kind of things. So no, I was not 1 second in doubt. Ali for sure had not the best time between the two games. That's how it is. But the Leipzig game was a really good one to get back, and there we are now.
I spoke to a former player who's played many Merseyside derbies over the year, and he said in his early days, Everton found themselves almost overawed by Liverpool. They looked at the Liverpool team and felt almost beaten before they came on the pitch. But this is the 5th different manager you'll have faced now in a Merseyside derby. Has Carlo Ancelotti maybe brought them closer to you than they've ever been because they've never beaten you since you've been a manager at Liverpool? Are they closer now than ever before?
They had good teams over the years. In the specific games, it was most of the time close, I think. But the manager like Carlo helps each team in the world. It was clear beforehand. So before he did it, they had a really good squad, a really good team. And so, maybe they are closer than ever before. But that's actually, I don't know. Yeah, from a position in the table for sure. That's a while ago that we were that close, I think. I don't even know that exactly. That's it. Yes, probably closer as they've been ever before.
Okay, great. We'll go to Ian, and then we'll go to Carl Markham, and we'll finish with Per from Norway. Ian.
Hi, Jurgen. How are you?
Good.
When you look back on the season, be it now or be it at the end of the season, will the first game at Goodison, where you lost Virgil van Dijk to injury, will that be where you think that was when our title chance really went?
I don't know what I will think back when the season is over, to be honest. I hope I will think about something nicer than about this. But I don't know what I will think about. But that it was how can I say it, an important day? Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Thanks, Ian. Carl Markham from Press Association and Per from TV2 Norway, I think.
Hi, Jurgen. Hi. Just on that point, you said it was an important day. How much do you think it impacted on the players that day, and how much does that carry over to tomorrow?
Nothing will be carried to tomorrow. So that's how it is. A week later, 2 weeks later, whatever, 3 weeks later, when we got a diagnosis and all these kind of things, that was good that we didn't play Everton immediately again. Let me say it like this. That's how it is. We are all human beings, and of course it was not nice. But now that's long gone, and we just don't think about that anymore. But it's a derby. It's still a derby, and that's enough for being motivated on the absolute highest level and trying to play the best possible football you can play. And that's it pretty much.
Okay, can I just one again on Naby? You've taken your time with him, getting him back. I think it's been 2 months. He's been out.
Oh, no, it's just unlucky. Naby could have been in the squad against Leipzig, but it didn't make sense because he only trained 2 days with the team. So we said, then come on. So I'm in the squad, not bringing him on. So we said, stay at home, train 2 days, proper training session. Unfortunately, Naby got ill a little bit, so couldn't train these 2 days. So now, like yesterday, we reintegrated him again. So I just don't know if we don't hold him back or whatever. We just, of course, after the injuries he had, we don't want to force him in or something like that. But it would be nice to have him. But I cannot. Is he able to play a few minutes on Saturday? I don't know. If he's not, if we speak about it and he's not, should better not play a few minutes. It's better to stay away from the team and just train proper, because in the being around on the bench, that's not the most intense things, and he needs getting used to intensity again. And so, no decision made yet. But he is now, he's not injured anymore, and now we have to figure out how fit he is to play how many minutes.
Fantastic. Okay, and then final question from Per.
Hi again.
Hi.
I just wanted to ask you about your new man, Ozan Kabak, who played a really solid game on Tuesday. What do you think about him so far, and also how do you rate his potential?
Oh, big potential. 20 years old, already pretty experienced, to be honest. It didn't take the easy way in his career so far. When you are at Istanbul and can play for one of the biggest teams probably in the world and being always around the top of the table, and then you go to Stuttgart and you go to Schalke and all these kind of things. So you have to fight really hard to win a football game. So that's good from an education development point of view. So now he's here, and yeah, looks really promising. Looks really promising. That both games were really solid. Yes, we all know what in the Leicester game happened, but around this situation, or maybe the two situation, he played there already a really solid game. Not to forget against who we played that day. It was number 2 in the Premier League, or 3. So that's a tough one with the strikers they have and all these kind of things. So no, he did really well. Long may it continue.
Okay. Thank you, Per. We go to the embargoed section. So those of you, please, who are filing or streaming, please stop. The embargo is for tonight at 10:30. So that's a pretty simple one to remember. So Friday the 19th. At 10:30, we've got Dom King, Paul Gorst, and then we've probably got the two others we can take, which is Kevin and David. We'll probably leave it at that if that's okay, but we'll turn the camera back on. So 10:30 embargo, and we'll go to Paul Gorst to kick us off.
Hi, Jürgen.